Hey guys, Biggie here, Hair Holes Hub. Going to continue some work on our big teacup for our front yard today. Got my pull noodle for my handle. Of course, we've got our pot for our teacup. We've got our poster board so we can make our layer in here. So we build our foam and our straw, our marshmallows, and lay on this. And we can still remove it to put some weight in the bottom so it doesn't flop around too much. Got some essentials: glue gun, scissors. I had to hang on to those because my little helper was out here, but he's since retired for a nap. I could use a nap. Anyways, got our red paint. Once we get everything put together, so we can start shaking it a little bit here, get everything ready to go. In the meantime, what I want to show you is the first thing. Let's make our piece that lays in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pot, I'm going to lay it on my poster board and kind of line it up with the edges here, because that what gives me my rough, size for my thing. Let's go ahead and once we do that, I'll transfer that down here. Alrighty, here we go. And once I do this, I have to remember this is the outside of this. I want it to fit inside. So I've got to come back in a small bit when we cut. See how we do. So let's go for it. You ready? Worst case scenario, I'd put something inside it to hold it up. So we'll just do some cutting here real quick. Well, I'm going to have to cut it up a lot smaller. I'm not cutting in enough. So we'll cut it in smaller and smaller. See how it goes. There we go, that's better. And remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be inside, and it's what we're going to spray our foam on to fit inside. And I might actually go get me some little blocks of styrofoam or something to glue to the inside of my cup. Yeah, it's got to get cut way down smaller. You set these aside. Doesn't fit inside just yet, so we got to take probably another ½ inch all the way around. And I'm not going to bother stopping the camera. I'm going to show you my mess ups, my screw ups, how I got to where I'm going. And that way, when anybody wants to do this on their own, they can see where I went silly already. So there we go. That's looking a little better. Coming up to a full circle. Set this over here. Well, there we go. Now it fits inside. Probably cut too much, but that's okay. Like I said, we'll make a little something inside that holds up like that. That'll be fine. All right, so we got that part done. So now let's go ahead and use our pull noodle here. We are going to have to figure out how much we want for our handle. So I'm going to say let's start cutting here. Love these scissors. Stainless steel kitchen scissors. And how's that look? Whoa, that looks like that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my, I've already got my Little extension cord set up. I'll plug in my hot glue gun. It'll take me a moment to do that. All right, we're going to start warming up the glue gun. Probably should have done that already, but that's okay. You can see the trials and tribulations as we go. So we're getting ready here. This is my cut piece. I think it'll look good just like that. Boom. All right. So we got our inside cut. We've got the handle cut. Glue gun's warming. We're gonna have to shake our paint. Cap didn't want to stay, so that's fine. We'll shake our paint. So once we get everything glued together, I've got the bottom saucer part drying over there. We can go ahead, stick it all together, start shooting it red so it all matches. See how we do. All right, so let's do that. Let me see how long it's going to take for our glue gun to warm up. This thing's pretty quick. See if we can get gluing right away here. Drop one. You didn't see that. All right, let's see how we're doing here. I gotta be careful. Make sure we get everything up because we got dogs and they like to eat everything. So we will, oh, I got hot glue. So let's go ahead, get some hot glue on this bad boy. Put this here. I am making a mess, but that's okay. You'll never know once I stick it to it. All right. So now, I want to do it just like this. So I'm going to go stick right there. Good spot right here at the crease. But now it looks like you still got a lip where you, on a regular coffee mug, could still sip from it. So I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to turn it over. Let the glue gun get hot again. We're going to go ahead and stick us some glue on here. We're going to run with it. Arts and crafts. I'm wondering if it got to this glue and I don't like this glue. There it goes, heating it up now, nice. All right, you ready? Can't wait too long. It's about 60 degrees outside here. Nice cool day here in North Florida. Uh-oh, and it came right off. You see that? See, so my hot glue, we may have to rethink this a little bit. All right, well, let's let that stew for a minute. Get some more hot glue on this end. So we can reconstitute this heat into this. Got plenty of glue on it, we just got to get it hot. These little pieces time. Maybe you guys are better at hot glue than I am. I'm used to like spray adhesives and regular other style brush on. If I'm doing it wrong, let me know in the comments. I have a feeling if I'm doing it wrong, I will have to fix it again later. How's that? Rachel always likes a cup with a big handle. Well, we got some big handle. All right, that's that one. Let me take saying I might need a couple of pieces to hold the inside up. Made me a couple of pieces here real fast. Uh-oh. Tripping on something. Got me some little pieces. All right. Where do we want this to set? Well, no, I guess right about. How's that look? Right about like that looks good. So what I'm going to do, because I cut it a little small. Interruption there, that's okay. So earlier we were talking about this here, or putting our thing in here, and I cut it too short. So what I did was I took a couple pieces of pool noodle, and you might be able to see, I just hot glued them in here, picked a distance inside, so they'll all be at the same size. Luckily there's this nice little lip inside here. I just glued them on the top of that lip. Now we can take our thing and we set it right in here. And I see online people will take and put a brick or something in the bottom of the cup, so once they get it placed, set a brick there so it doesn't blow around in the wind. This will make it easy. Once we get our foam on here and on our straw, and we can pick it right out, pick the brick out, take it in. It'll be great. Probably actually tip it over and store it with the foam, our foam and our marshmallows on our inside, so it doesn't get hurt while we're storing it. That might actually work out pretty good. So I think I'll stick with this. So now I glued them in. As you can see, it sits in probably about 2 inches. So once we do the foam will have to, it'll look like it's inside. It'll be great. So now I'm at the point, I've got that done, handles on. I've got the saucer part dried out enough where we can paint the bottom. So what we're going to do, it's time to paint, folks. So I've got my cardboard spread over my table so I don't turn my table into a workbench. And we can start spraying. While we were off camera, I started to shake a little bit. Spray paint, you always have to shake. Some helpful hints with spray paint. Sometimes you can take and set it in some warm water. Warm water a lot of times will help. What it does is it thins the paint a little bit so it sprays easier. That's what the purpose of the ball is, to shake it. Setting it in some hot water is just cheat code. Depends on how much you want to cheat. The other thing I've seen somebody use was a baby bottle warmer. They set it in there. And these are guys doing small models and stuff. They take the baby bottle warmer, set it in there, hit it in there, guy would put it in for 10-15 seconds. He said the paint was perfect for what he was doing. And that's for getting into little nooks and crannies. We're not really doing nooks and crannies, but what I am going to do is I'm going to move my helper's wheels, his ATV. I don't want to turn it red. So forgive me for being off camera. So let's see here. I may start a little bit spraying just so you guys can see me start. May stop and then go off and finish spraying. Might have to do a coat or two. So, ooh, that's gonna be a nice red. Check that out. That's the saucer. So you see what I mean by if you shake it a little bit, it helps to thin the paint. Comes out a lot better. There we go. How about that? So what I'm gonna do is for the bottom. I'll tip it up a little bit. Me, I've always been a spray paint person. I've built models and built Hot Wheels customs and all kinds of stuff for years. So spray paint, car parts for years. Maybe I'll have Ray edit some time lapse in here. We'll make some funny gestures. They'll look real good on the sped up version. That'll be fun. See, I'm starting to get too thick there. Had to run. That's okay. Little Mr. Poo Noodle here. Real good. Now the other helpful hint, because I don't have one anymore, I used to, they make Home Depot and Lowe's, they make this little attachment that goes on here and it clips on, and it's a handle like a water gun, like a pistol grip. And that, so when you spray, it holds the paint and you spray that way, because this wears your fingers out real fast. And that, when you have a lot of spray painting to do, like when I was at work, we used to have to paint electrical cabinets and things like that. Well, I had those worked phenomenal. So what I'm gonna do, I'll keep spraying here, probably take a break. Once I get everything sprayed, we'll come back, show you some finished product. How's that? All right, guys, I told you we'd be back after we did some painting. I finished painting the bottom, reinstalled that. I actually had an issue with my handle. It popped off while I was painting, so I had to re-glue it. So hopefully that won't be a sore spot with us, but it should be okay. But I've got my little center insert ready to go in here. Our next step, we got to do our foam for our candy cane. There's a candy cane, some people call it a straw. I called it a straw earlier, but like a candy cane that sticks up, and some marshmallows and the foam. So we still got to do that part. But here we go, we're to this. We've got some little decorations to go on the sides that make it look, I think it's some snowflakes to go here. So here's where we're at. I just wanted to bring you up to date. Our cup is built, painted. You can see the little pieces I added to hold my insert. And it just holds the insert like that. You see where I cut it too small, but that's okay. Once I put the foam on it, if I have to, I'll trim the foam a little bit so it fits snug. And then at this point with the foam, you can do whatever you want with the foam. Some people make what looks like marshmallows. Some people just paint this brown and just do like a couple little things. We want like the foam top with the candy cane sticking out. You see them all red still overspray. But you know what? I wanted to show you. I didn't make it perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to be, you know, it's an old pot, so it's a little beat up. It's got some character. Put our handle on it, sprayed it red. It's ready to go. So our next time we see you, we'll come back. We'll have our final decorations on it. You'll probably see me in another video. We have our snowman we're going to do. We're probably going to build this at the same time. Oh, there's just overspray. It's just wiping right off. I thought I turned everything red. Anyways, there's some easy oopses for you. But the next time you see it, the cup should be finished. The top will be finished for this project, but we'll probably include the top when we're making our snowman. I got our snowman we're building too, so stick around. Hope you enjoyed our little DIY and check up on us how we're doing. I think it turned out pretty good. Let's see how we do. So with that, get out there, spray up some old foam or some old pots. Make you some decorations. Pool noodles work great for handles. You know what? Have the day you deserve. See you on the next episode.